Let's talk San Diego State Aztec football. Boy, what an interesting 72 hours it's been for him. New head coach, corner office, San Diego State. Rocky Long joins us here on Sports Watch. So plain and simple, I never imagined that you wanted to get back in to the middle of being a head coach. I thought you had found your comfort zone with X's and O's and growing players in this wild card defense. So do you tell me, was I wrong, or did this just happen and it turned out to be the right fit?
Well, no, I don't think you're wrong. I think that I fully intended when I first started here at San Diego State not to be a head coach again. And then after a year or so, the itch started back up again. So you weren't completely wrong, but this is a great opportunity, and it pushed, if I had any doubts, it pushed me over the edge because it's such a good deal.
Were you surprised that Brady elected to leave this early in the tenure?
I'm not surprised because of where he's going. I think he's made it known to everybody that knows Brady pretty well that if he ever had a chance to be the head coach of Michigan, he would go there in a second. So I would have been really surprised if he had left for any place else but Michigan.
They approached you about going with him. You've been in the Pac-10. You've had raging success other places. This is the Big Ten, which is unbelievably big time and obviously paydays. What was the thought process for you like, Rocky, as to whether you should go to Michigan with this guy you trust and believe in or stay here and do this as a head coach?
Well, it took about 30 seconds of thinking about it, and it made sense that this is probably going to be my last coaching job. And you might as well go out trying to do what you can and be the very best coach you can and have the most influence you can, and that's what head coaches do. So I wanted this to be my last job, and I wanted it to be my best job.
Were you surprised Al Borges elected to leave the West Coast again?
No, I talked to Al and tried to convince him to stay, and he said it was just too good a deal to pass up, and I kind of understand that.
In terms of where your staff is right now, has Brady kind of strip-minded a little bit? Have you got a challenge ahead in terms of filling holes?
Brady's taken most of the guys on the staff with him to Michigan. I don't know exactly who's staying, who's not, but most of the guys will probably end up in Michigan. So that's probably second on the list. We have to keep the commitments that we have to San Diego State in place, and that's probably first on our agenda, and then secondly it'd be put a staff together. Let's
talk about the offensive side of the football. You return the brilliance of Ryan Lindley. He's grown a great deal in 24 months under Borges' tutelage. How do you know whether you got anybody to promote in staff, whether it should be Brian Sipe or whether he retires? How do you know what's the right fit from the outside?
Well, you make an educated guess. I've contacted 3 different guys that run and have the same philosophy as Coach Borges does. They run the same scheme. They might have different terminology and different language, but I think they could learn the language that is already here as long as they still believe in the same offense. And I think that any one of those 3 guys will fit so well, and our team will continue on and get better because nothing will change.
Will Brian Sipe stay on the staff?
I'm trying to convince him to, and I think he probably will.
When you were at New Mexico, Rocky, did you handle everything defensively in addition to being the head coach?
No, not everything. I mean, I was the defense coordinator, and I called the defense, but I did not coach a position. So it was a lot more X and O, and we had coaches that coached position and fundamentals and all those sort of things. But I did handle the defensive calls.
Rock, I was fascinated at the Wednesday press conference. You made a really different statement I've never heard before. And normally when a head coach goes into a program, it's like 3 Mile Island. There's nothing left and there's nobody there. You walk into a situation in which you've had 2 years to observe this thing, watch it grow, be part of it. You know where it's strong. You know where there still may be leakage. It's the most unique set of circumstances I can imagine.
Well, I mean, being here 2 years and then becoming the head coach, yeah, you understand the pluses and minuses of the program. You understand the pluses and minuses of the players in the program. So I think you start a little bit ahead of a brand-new coach coming in here that, you know, the first thing he has to do is learn the players' names. So that puts you a little bit further ahead. But with the staff is so important to the development of the players. With the staff mostly leaving, it gives you a leg up, but you got to get the right guys in here that can relate to these players and make them better.
You inherit a pretty good situation. You walk through the building, and you got fabulous facilities. This is a pretty good scenario, isn't it?
Well, I think this is a prime job. I think that there's chances that this place can be great, and you always like to be somewhere that the sky's the limit, where you're not limited by a lot of other factors.
One other question. I said this on the talk show. I know your track record, your resume, what's in your portfolio. It's been pretty damn impressive. But we're not running no damn veer and option here, are we? We're not running Lobo Gate, are we?
That's way back in the 60s when I played. No, we're not going to run well, I mean, there might be a little speed option in there. There might be a little read option in there, but we're not going to be an option football team. We're going to be a pro-style football team that likes to run the ball and throw it out of play action most of the time.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I know it didn't end well, and I think there were a lot of hurt feelings in Albuquerque about the time you vacated to come here. I don't know if you can put all that beyond you. But my goodness, I mean, you look out of that corner office of the beauty of the campus and the new alumni center, you understand what you guys have done in 24 months. I just think this could be, quote, a special time in Aztec football. And there have been some really good years here, but this could really be special.
Well, I think that we're moving in the right direction. I think there's still a lot of work to do. I don't think we're a polished program by any means, but we're moving in the right direction. And if we can continue to do that, I agree with you. I think something special could happen here.
Coach, appreciate the time. Congratulations. I know it's been an unbelievable 72 hours. Thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it, Lee. Thank you.